Alrighty, thanks for checking in with the New England Weather Life. This is the Tuesday afternoon weather update. Of course, look at all these severe thunderstorms currently moving across southern Mississippi. It's been a huge severe weather outbreak event, especially with that tornado over in Hamilton, Oklahoma. Check out this photo of it. Wow, look at that close up, just ripping apart those homes. Luckily, to my extent that I know of, nobody was injured. You can see the big picture here where all the rain is falling, and it's falling in the form of thunderstorms, and you can see what's going on. Look at that, a straight line, well dignified. Also some lighter activity off to the north and west. Now, let's go to the 500 millibar map here, and I had it loaded up for you. Let's just see if I can find it again. Here we go. And what you notice here is basically this whole thing is just a closed low, and it's closed out in Kansas. And what's happening is the closed low is it's got all these different vortices, and a closed low is essentially a low pressure system that is not attached to the jet stream, so it just meanders around. It's going to continue to meander to the west as we go through the next 24 hours. There you can see it. And what happens here is it's going to be affecting New England in a big way. It's going to be a late week gully washer here, and since it's a closed low, that means it's not really going to move. It's going to stall over New England and continue to produce heavy rain. Let's take a look at the precipitation map right now, if I can find it. Here we go. And by the time we get to Wednesday tomorrow, it's grabbing some more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and this is the WRF model. Actually, no, this is the GFS. And here you go. It's also pulling in a pretty good backup precipitation into the upper Midwest. It continues to develop, getting more rain from the south. By Friday morning, we're seeing the rain entering western New England, and by Friday evening, we're talking about it's mostly light precipitation, a lot of Friday evening coming into New England, but by Saturday morning, it's getting heavier in a lot of spots. By the time we get to Saturday afternoon, we have rain falling at very heavy rates. Look at that. Very heavy rain coming in. Okay, this is all falling as rain. We are way too warm to get any snowfall, and then by the time we get to Sunday, it basically comes up towards New England. The center goes right over Cape Cod. Wind also a concern with this. Coastal gusts possibly 40 miles an hour. It's a little far away, so we're going to have some clarification issues with the wind this far out, but even then it's still looking like a late week gully washer, despite the fact that we don't know a whole lot about the winds. And then you go through time, and by Monday, it basically just retrogrades right into New England, and you see the heavy rain continuing. So that's essentially how we're going to be looking at things developing here. How much rain will fall? Well, the models aren't exactly sure about how things are going to play out, but essentially the deal is that a lot of New England gets, in fact, all of New England gets about 1 to 3 inches of rain. And then you have a lot of spots that are getting even more than 1 to 3 inches. You got a jackpot of 4 to 6 inches coming back in towards the Poconos. You got a lot of folks in southern New England also getting over 3 inches of precip. This is where some of your heaviest rain is looking to fall. We're going to learn more about this as time goes on, and we're able to get a better idea closer to the event. This is still kind of far out, folks, so just know that. But the end of this event won't be until about around a week out. And so that's basically how I'm thinking of things for that right now. I'll have more details on that later. Also, short range, again, obviously with everything we've already looked at, we're going to be talking about a quiet 2 days. Wednesday, Thursday will be your days to get out and about. It's going to be a little cooler on Wednesday and Thursday, just like today, because we had a cold front come through yesterday, which was Monday, as this is being recorded on Tuesday afternoon. So that's essentially the deal. That goes out to about a week. That's my 1 week forecast. Anything exciting to look at in the long range? Well, as you go through time here, what you notice here is that here's the closed low coming up towards us. And basically what happens, it goes through the Canadian Maritimes, goes east to James Bay. Could that pull in colder air? That means that it's going to be probably strengthening offshore, which means the north winds, actually the winds on the western side of the storm going from north to south, could that pull in colder air for New England by the time we get to next week around Wednesday, Thursday? Let's see, this is March 18th. Well, some of the ensembles are picking up on that. At this point, it seems like kind of an extreme scenario. I don't think the storm's going to be that strong, what's happening here is basically the storm bombs offshore once you get east of James Bay, and that pulls in colder air because the storm's rotating and the winds going from north to south, just pulling the colder air into New England, and that would be about 12 to 15 days out. Will that happen? Well, what's happening here is, of course, it's going to be bombing, but to start out with, the models are having it way too strong, I think, so it's going to be a weaker event than we're looking at, which is why the 4 to 6 inches of rain probably won't verify, and it's probably why the cold air doesn't really come into New England, but it will get a lot warmer, that's for sure. And what you notice here is at the beginning of the loop, a lot of cold air over a lot of the northern hemisphere, and then you go through time, and by the time we get out to March 23rd, again, a lot of warming going on. Guys, the northern hemisphere is warming in the spring. Alright, it's perfectly normal. You learned about this in first grade, okay? It warms in the spring, and it cools in the fall, and summer is hot, winter is cold. Okay, it's that simple. This is March, guys. Of course we're going to get a little warmer, and that looks to be the general trend as we go through time. Any other news? I am building a Facebook fan page for all of you guys. How could I not have done this earlier, right? I've had the website up for like, what, 7-8 months? And I haven't had a Facebook fan page. So in case you guys want to join the Facebook fan page, within the next probably week, I'll have the fan page is already built, but I'm working on it. I'm going to have links to it on the site, that little button that allows you to join the fan page, and it's going to be fun for all of us. You can email me also, which I've always had you do. You can email me at weatherdog2000@gmail.com, but I'm also hoping the Facebook page could become another great way for you to communicate with me. And again, that's not on the website yet, but it should be within the next couple of days. Alright, that's it. See you guys later. It's Nick from the New England Weather Life.ning.com.